Yesterday, we told you how the Deputy Prime Minister, Nick Clegg, issued a public apology for breaking the Liberal Democrats' election pledge to oppose any increase in university tuition fees. Well, today it's been set to music.
I'm so sorry. There's no easy way to say it. I'm sorry.
Let's take a look at the weather now. Peter Gibbs is here. Follow that, Peter.
I'm not going to sing it before you ask.
Well, there's a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're dead right.
And why Nick Clegg's apology on tuition fees could be heading for the pop charts. Find out why with Mark Austin and me at 6:30.
Now, very sorry to be going on and on about this, but Nick Clegg has actually allowed his apology to be used in a charity film. Wow. You're going to love this, Gordon. Here.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. There's no easy way to say it. I'm sorry.
Quite catchy.
Yeah, I've been singing it for
Sorry.
a while. Yeah.
Anyway, our next film.
Oh God, it doesn't get any better, does it? Really? Well, apparently Nick Clegg has allowed a sort of spoof video set to music around his apology to go. He's okayed it as long as any profits go to a charity in Sheffield where he's an MP.
Have you watched it?
I haven't. Have you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's
Is it good?
But yeah, I'm not.
Well, that's just about it for us for tonight. But before we go, political satirists must have thought all their Christmases had come at once when Nick Clegg's student tuition fees apology appeared online. Well, Mr. Clegg has expressed his delight at the spoof and encouraged producers from the political website The Poke to release it as a charity single. We didn't want Mr. Clegg's Lib Dem colleagues to feel left out.
Democrat leader Nick Clegg has agreed that a musical remix of his apology over tuition fees can be released as a single, with the money raised going towards the Sheffield Children's Hospital. A party broadcast released last night featured Mr. Clegg apologising for promising before the last election not to raise tuition fees. By this morning, it had, perhaps inevitably, been set to music.
Absolutely sure we can deliver. I'm sorry.
Good job as well.
It's not often you'll hear a politician say they're sorry. No. So rare, in fact, that when the Deputy Prime Minister, Nick Clegg, squeezed out an apology yesterday, someone got all creative and turned it into a song.
But an online remix of his video seems to be hitting the right note.
Learn from your mistakes, and that's what we will do. I'm sorry.
This group isn't surprised he's now being laughed at.
It was obvious that once it goes on YouTube that there's going to be a sort of video like that, and yeah, definitely deserves it.
He went against his promise. That's what he deserves.
I do think he deserves the ridicule, but at the same time, people just need to move forward and deal with it.
When we're wrong, we hold our hands up.
Mr. Clegg himself is said to have laughed at this video. He's even given permission for it to be released on iTunes, with profits going to the Children's Hospital in Sheffield.
But first, footage of Nick Clegg saying sorry for his party's U-turn on tuition fees has become an internet hit after it was remixed into a song, and after receiving thousands of views, it's now set to be released as a charity single.
I'm sorry.
It's just brilliant. Now, Nick Clegg himself has given his consent for the single's release. He apparently thought the remixed version was very, very funny.
Well, within hours it became a big internet hit, but not quite in the way the Lib Dems might have hoped. Someone has digitally altered Nick Clegg's voice to make it sound as though he's singing, and then added a backing track.
Learn from your mistakes, and that's what we will do.
Well, let's go live to Westminster and speak to our political editor Andy Bell. And what's been the reaction there to this video, Andy?
Well, Emma, first of all, I think people are quite enjoying the video, but the other reaction is that Nick took a hell of a risk with this online apology, and now there's a danger that he is going to start looking like a bit of a figure of fun. Now, his team don't see it like that. They say that if this new video helps to get out the message that he really is sorry for that promise that was made before the last election, and he won't do that again, then that will be good.
Mr. Clegg has given a website permission to release a charity song, which is an auto-tune version of his tuition fees apology. The video uses computer-generated audio to put the Deputy Prime Minister's apology to music. Let's take a listen.
First Sight. Well, I'm joined in the studio now by the chief political columnist of The Independent, Steve Richards, and the LBC radio presenter, James O'Brien. Gentlemen, it's great to have you both on the programme tonight. Steve, what did you make of that song?
I've seen that now 4 times. Every time I see it, I start laughing out loud. It is hilarious, and people around the country will be laughing. Now, I'm told Nick Clegg is fine and relaxed about all of this. They're all singing along, and it is hilarious.
And it's quite a good little song. This isn't...
Now, an embarrassing apology from Lib Dem leader Nick Clegg is set to become an unlikely chart hit. Yesterday, he repeatedly said sorry for breaking his promise on tuition fees.
Now, a satirical website has put the statement to music, and as our political correspondent Alex Forrest reports, it's now being released for charity.
There's no easy way to say this.
It was an appeal for forgiveness, an attempt to draw a line under it.
And for that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But now a spoof version of Nick Clegg's apology over his party's U-turn on tuition fees has become an internet hit.
I'm sorry.
It really did just spread. I mean, I was sent it about 7 o'clock in the morning. I sent it on, and by midday, I think Nick Clegg was saying, well, actually, you can release it as a single. And
so you think it's just him that's been damaged by it, not the party?
it's an instant satire. I mean, it's immediate that it became a hit, and it's very funny.
People have watched the new tune about Nick Clegg changing his tune. Genius. That's it from me. I'll leave you with a quick look at the weather. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
And if we've lost your trust, that's how I hope we can start to win it back.